Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Henry. So I am at Rice Lake here in North Vancouver where I live. I just live right over there. But so this is the closest lake to me. But I don't dive here very often because this is not a party lake. And basically I come today at the time of recording, this is Earth Day. So pretty much for the last whatever number of years, we've come here and dived here in cooperation with Metro Vancouver for Earth Day to do a cleanup. So there usually isn't a ton of trash here because this isn't a party lake. It's just these fishing guys. Sometimes they accidentally drop like a tool, or because we'll find things like pliers, or maybe they lean over and drop a cell phone or something like that. But usually we don't find a ton of stuff. So water is really murky as always here. Here, I'll show you actually. So you can see here, I can see some of the rocks, but then this is very tannicky water, and then the visibility just disappears. I usually get about a foot of visibility in here, which isn't a lot, but it's good enough to work with. So beautiful day. Again, I get funny parking spots. All right, guys, I'm going to get kitted up, and I've told these fishing guys to pull their line as I swim by, so hopefully I think they'll be really nice about it. So anyway, all right, see you guys in the water. Alrighty, so here we go, diving into basically this holding pond for logs, and Rice Lake does not have an inflow or outflow, so it's pretty tannicky water, although the visibility is pretty good once my eyes adjust to the darkness. So as soon as I descended, found an old Metro Vancouver little caution sign there, and then and again, I really had no idea I was going to run into. I haven't been here for a few years, so the first thing I saw of note was a fishing rod and a pair of sunglasses, and then sort of a few fishing items like a little net here, and then another fishing rod. And so this compass card that I found actually has a value on it, which ended up giving it to Clayton's Aquatic Monkey's girlfriend because she does take the bus. So I found another fishing rod, so what I decided to do is just make a pile of fishing rod parts here. You'll see in a second there's going to be more items. I didn't want to actually get out of the water to kind of put the fishing rods on the dock or on the rocks or anything. But I kind of figure, you know what, it's not a huge area that I have to swim, so I didn't mind actually going back to my starting point. And you can see here there's my fishing rod collection, as it were. As I swam along, this is sort of like middle of the fishing dock now, and ran into a pile of Kokanee beer cans. But before tackling those, I decided to kind of swim around and pick up the random items nearby before I grabbed those Kokanee cans. Pretty old wine bottle here. You can tell they're old because the label's all worn off, right, or disintegrated in the water. So here's a pile of the Kokanee cans, and in just one spot there was 5 cans, and then I did end up finding the 6th can briefly, or shortly after this. It was just kind of a few feet over. So there's a 6th can making up a 6-pack of Kokanee cans. Very unfortunate. And then swimming further along the fishing dock here, a pair of sunglasses, more fishing rod parts. By the way, this is very, very shallow water, probably like around 11 feet or so. And there's some fishing reel parts. I don't really know how they come off the fishing rod. It's kind of an odd thing. A little cutting tool, sort of pocket knife kind of thing. And a little jar there with fishing roe in it. And this is found a couple of these packages. You can see the piling. That's the piling that's holding up the fishing dock area. And then here's a little forcep kind of thing there. I'm guessing the fishermen use that for whatever purpose. I don't really know what they use it for. A fork. Found a fork. I don't really know why there's a fork in the lake there, but it's there. So that's the end of the dive, and basically collected all of the fishing rod parts and threw that up on the dock, and then made my way out of the lake. That was a really fun dive. I think roughly like half hour or so. I really took my time. It's just not a big area, but I took my time swimming around, and I was glad to find some garbage. Fun dive. Can't remember how long it was in the water, maybe like 30 minutes or so, but it's not a big area just along the length of that dock. But here's the trash that I got out. 19 pounds of garbage. I was actually quite surprised at how much there is, because I haven't been here for a couple of years, so I don't really know. So a bunch of sort of cheap random rods that either, and broken bits of rods that people either just lost or whatever, but that just obviously fell in the water by accident. A whole bunch of reels that basically exploded in people's hands or whatever. And yeah, so found that one little cheap child's fishing net thing. This is probably my little fun find of the day. Little utility knife, bunch of scissors and tools that people use for fishing, a little bit of lures, got the knife, the little fillet knife thing there, a couple of jars of roe. This one still has roe in it. I don't actually know, but I think people use these glow sticks for night fishing. I'm assuming that's probably not legal. I don't really know. Found for $2, which is awesome. Yay! Compass card. And got some plastic bottles here, some sunnies. As you saw in the video, the 6 kokanees were in a cluster, so that's just one guy drinking, fishing, and then throwing everything into the water, which is not very nice. Got a hockey puck. How Canadian of us. Gotta have a hockey puck when the pond's frozen. And then these things were in the same spot together. Ready tackle. I kind of feel like somebody bought 2 cheap toy fishing rods and then just hucked the package into the water. We even have Clayton Aquatic Monkey visiting. He was up downtown having drinks.
Not too many though.
I told him
kept it pretty mild.
He actually wanted to dive here, but then he didn't realize today, Earth Day. He's not diving on Earth Day. God.
Wasn't that like 2 days ago?
No, today's
the 20th.
It's today. No, today's Earth Day.
That was the 20th.
God. Anyway, thanks so much for my Patreon supporters, and thank you so much for Pacific Pilsner for sponsoring the dive, and Lime Bike Share for helping out with dive logistics. All right, see you guys in the next one.